Welcome to another match. This is the reverse match of PizzaWizard and Mistergreen. This time, PizzaWizard is hunting and Mistergreen is Dracula. Let's see what happens. Have fun both. Garlic wreath and planned ambush. Okay. So, the week one supply train just chugging along. So far, no sign of any information. Who won the last game, Gyro? Why would I want to spoil my own video? You'll have to watch that to learn. But I will give you the small spoiler that it was a close one. Okay, no misdirect, huh? Interesting. It seems as if more and more players are are shunning the misdirect your starting location thing. Local rumors? Nope. Okay. But how's it going with you, Gyro? You're just on a quick break? Okay. Lots of Dracula events up top. Because that's already 5 out of the first 12 cards. Almost a 50% ratio. Hey Allison. As for what's up, oh, stake discard. Apparently a stake discard is what's up. This is the second of a double header. This is the second game of a double header between PizzaWizard and Mistergreen. This time at PizzaWizard. Yes, Allison Parker, I recall you from several streams back, some weeks ago. And of course, neither of us can really say that we know each other, but I have made your acquaintance before. Not to mention that I don't have that many. That while my channel has surpassed 10 followers, I still don't have that many. So I do tend to remember those who follow me. But in any event, yes, this is the second. This is the reverse match. Okay, we're apparently going into newspaper day. This is the second match between these two. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. It is very entertaining to watch PizzaWizard and Mistergreen play against each other. Two very high caliber players. It is just a treat to watch. Yeah, PizzaWizard won the world championship in 2023. Mistergreen was third place in last year's tournament. PizzaWizard was runner up in last year's tournament. They are both very high caliber players. So, behind the veil. Okay, bats, mob, wolves, and a reckless. Okay. Okay, another stake discarded. Interesting. Local rumors. Okay, nope. Jonathan Harker, Frankfurt is the starting location. Okay. Yeah, Frankfurt has become quite a popular spot. Misdirecting the place he was before the wolf form. Okay. Good move. Okay. How? Okay. Still supplying. I'll get to it in due time, Allison. I am I am dealing with this first. Yes. Okay. First encounter is at Strasbourg. Jonathan Harker putting in some work. Okay, putting rumor token on the Wolfform location. I'm making the guess that this next spot is gonna be Zurich. Either that or Geneva. Alright, catch you later. Allison. Oh, is that the Van Helsing blood transfusion? Okay, lol. No real surprise there. It is interesting how I've had 2 stake discards. And here's a real shocker. PizzaWizard discarded all the holy bullets. Oh dear. For those of you who don't understand that, PizzaWizard is known for liking holy bullets. And therefore the fact that he's discarded all of them, people, myself included, tease him about that all the time. Okay, so Strasbourg gets to mature. Hoax? By any chance? Because if so, there's a lot of juicy Drac events for him to choose from. Okay. Oh, apparently he's doing it to... Is he making that lair? Apparently. Mistergreen is quite lucky there. Or rather, PizzaWizard is quite lucky that that wasn't a hoax. Is Mistergreen trying for a lair strategy? Like, circling around? Something like that? Okay. Oh, Heavenly Hostess card. Oh, newspaper. Hide at Amsterdam. Of course, he would try to use Amsterdam against PizzaWizard. PizzaWizard has always had a thing for Amsterdam start, so Mistergreen is on for a delayed Amsterdam start. Against him. Lol. Quite funny. Okay. From Geneva, apparently he wolf formed. Okay, apparently he went to Paris. Wolf formed there. Then went to Cologne, and then removed the Frankfurt lair, and is quite possibly right back there. Oh? Okay. See, he must have an excellent weather then. Crucifix. Okay. That's both crucifixes, both holy circles. It looks one. Yeah, it looks as if someone is holding on to a dog somewhere. So is Geneva a hoax or something? I'm hoping it's something good. So, it'll be hard to say whether anyone is like in the lead or anything until we see how this Amsterdam plays out, and also what this is. Desecrated soil. Okay, he gets to heal that one health back up. So that wasn't spectacular, but it's okay. He has returned to Strasbourg, and he is sitting on 3 encounters. So, bats? Perhaps? We know that he had a bats earlier. Yep. Do we have no forewarned? Okay. So that means that Seward won't be able to get there in time. However, Van Helsing can. And if Van Helsing has a stake, although 2 were discarded, so it is less likely than it would have been otherwise, but still entirely possible. I suppose you move him into Cologne, since he knows that you went there. So you might as well, and in the event of Amsterdam does mature, you might as well get value out of whatever this is. Oh, not to mention that when it comes to the Sagani mob, Seward is definitely the best individual hunter to hit with it. So from Cologne, seems as if he went to Frankfurt again, since he wasn't at Brussels. So, unless he... okay, since he didn't play Renewed Vigor, it's up to Van Helsing to stop this vampire. Because without Renewed Vigor, no one else can get there in time. Which, the hide with the bats makes me assume that it is a real vampire. Okay. Didn't ambush. That makes me think it's an aristocratic. Mina's really digging for something. What is it that Mina's digging for, I wonder? Okay, discard a charred carriage. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Man, 16 Drac events so far. There's only 9 left in the deck. I mean, Night Supplying is actually looking pretty good, because that's 9 out of 42 cards. Okay, Van Helsing does have the stake, and it was an aristocratic. So that's Amsterdam diffused. However, Wolfhorn is about to slide off the trail. Orla Jordi, how's it going? Who won the first game? What? Gyro asked the same question, and I will give you the same answer. I will tell you that it was a close game, but I will not go spoiling my own content. Scouts, okay. So, interesting. Paris. So they went Strasbourg, Paris. And then I would assume probably to Le Havre or Nantes. So as to be on the west coast. Yeah. You inclined to root for anyone in particular, Geo? Like in terms of PizzaWizard versus Mistergreen? You have any preference who wins? Out of curiosity? With how the hunters have been behaving, I'm guessing that that PizzaWizard is still digging for a white one or something. Okay. Yeah, the fact that he railed from Munich to Marseille like that, to Marseille, no, uh, Strasbourg like that, seems to emphasize that the hunters are still digging for a white one, just unable to find it. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Due to the late night game yesterday between casual 2 damage ambush. Due to the late game yesterday between Strider and Spencer, I am a bit tired today. Okay, ambushing with only that. That is interesting. Just oh boy. Oh, you're playing your first game on Sensor at 20 UTC? Depending on how exhausted I'm feeling, then I might decide to stream that for stream neutral for you. But noteworthy thing is that PizzaWizard chose to make Scotsword angry by tossing away Lucy's revenge. It makes one wonder, should Mistergreen put out to sea tonight? Because simply a 3-2 ticket gets Seward, simply a 3-2 for Seward and a just halfway reasonable ticket for Van Helsing would get them both to Bordeaux. And then Mina could like horse into a halfway decent ticket to get to Bordeaux, or if all goes well, horse then move. Can Dracula afford to stick around? I don't know. I mean, there is a trail to worry about. So, do the hunters chase after the trail? Okay, they chose to search with Rufus, right? So far as I know, they don't have planned ambush. Or planned ambush? Of course they do. I'm talking about reciting a turn. Gracious. So Paris, either Clermont-Ferrand or Le Havre, and then Nantes. I think that you might be okay going to Clermont-Ferrand as Dracula, because the hunters are quite obviously digging for a white one. Whether they found it or not yet, I'm not. I mean, if they haven't found it yet, then maybe they won't dare try. Okay, wolf form. Yeah, I can respect that. Could be at Geneva. Could be at Marseille. Could have just gone down to Santander. Could be Toulouse. All sorts of possibilities with that. Steak. Okay, what do we got? There's 3 encounters here. Okay, staking the reckless. What else is there? A saboteur. And what's the last one? Desecrated soil. Okay. So, now that rumor token doesn't mean anything. Okay, Gulong does not have a heavenly host. Oh, he's now actually starting to use the horses. May possibly finally dug up that white one. But one thing that's definitely on Dracula's side so far is time. He has a full trail of stuff to be dealt with. The hunters are a little bit behind. Okay, so it looks as if he went Clermont-Ferrand after Paris. And it's only a couple days till week 3. So, yes, he doesn't have any influence yet, but we are rapidly going by. But PizzaWizard is beginning to lose time. Or rather has been losing time, slowly but steadily. Okay, another saboteur. Does he have a rifle or pistol? Van Helsing does have a rifle. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where he wolf formed to, but if he wolf formed to Marseille, I would say potentially hide there. I hope that Mina steps on you. Maybe. Don't know. Or if you are on a port, this might be a time to go to sea, because next turn a desecrated soil will mature, and then you get all that health back. Okay, apparently that's not what he's going to do, but that's fine. Okay, we'll form to Geneva. Alright, in that case, could be at Marseille now. Will he go and check with Seward? But here's the funny thing: if he's now at Zurich, he could lair this again, and then have a stack of 4 encounters. I mean, granted, they would know what 2 of them are. But the other 2 would be a mystery to them. Strength into escape. Okay. I think he did the lucky find only to try to dig for a stake. Which, okay, so he discarded those cards. There's only 1 stake left. So, did he find it? Maybe. Okay, Nantes. Alright. Going to Nantes. Oh, another fire vamp. Reckless vampire. Okay. Will Dracula finally get on the board with this ambush? We'll see. Mez into Crucifix. Whoa. Does that hurt him? Answer: no, it doesn't hurt him. It hurts the Reckless Vampire, which, by all appearances, is a she, not a he. So, okay. Yes, this is a sticky spot for the Reckless Vampire. I would probably do strength at this point. Yeah. Pistol. Okay. Yeah, playing around plotting? I don't know. I suppose it would make sense that he would do claws to get around the crucifix and yet deal damage. But now Stuart has revealed 3 of his 4 cards as pistol, crucifix, and a horse. What's the last one? We don't yet know. But okay. Strength into punch. Okay, so even if this vampire isn't getting Dracula on the board, it is doing a good hunk of damage. Escape is missed. Did he go crucifix? He did. Yeah, tell him that you see crucifix actually canceling escape is missed. But but now Fangs into dodge. Okay. Remember? Yes, I do recall your game versus Mistergreen, as I was the one who recorded it. Or at least one of them. Don't recall which, but that was quite amusing. Okay. Yep, going to Clermont-Ferrand. But the problem is, all of PizzaWizard's easternmost hunters are moving west to deal with the trail. That is just what this full trail is buying. It's buying Mistergreen more time to slip away. Okay, aristocratic vampire. Man, one vampire after another. And obviously Stuart does not have the last stake, otherwise he would have used it. And Guldoming did not find the stake with his lucky find, or he would have used it. So that means that either Van Helsing has it, or Mia could have it and is saving it for the Reckless Vampire or the new vampire. Don't know. But we'll see. Okay. Yep, so he's gonna mature another Desecrated Soil for another point of health. And he'll also get to get a roadblock from the Saboteur. Going back into Strasbourg again. That's a little bit bold. This time I would call that a little bit bold. Because they know about the Saboteur, and they know about the desecrated soil. So, yeah, but those aren't damaging encounters. So really they only have 2 encounters that they seriously need to worry about. And the fact that Mia's delayed helps, but Paris Vampire Hoax? I don't know. As of yet, we don't know. We have there's only 1 fighter vamp left, and there's only 1. Man, we've actually seen every single vampire except for 1 of the new vampires and 1 of the aristocratics. Every single vampire is accounted for. Other than that. Yeah, very risky to go to Strasbourg without wolf form. And that being said, it would take a full power CG to both force him out of Strasbourg and bats. Okay, so, and now he's keeping hunters occupied. So now he can lair Paris and move there if he wants. This is I have very rarely seen Mistergreen play this way. Very interesting. Okay, where is we going to get batted to? Possibly into Strasbourg, because he'll get delayed by the Saboteur. He'll get used to draw more encounter cards, and who knows what else. There's probably some damaging encounters in there. Alternatively, he could get sent to Geneva for a night fight with the full health new vampire. I mean, granted, they could gang up on it, but yep, here we go. I mean, the Saboteur doesn't do anything, I suppose, since he's already getting delayed. I don't know. The status of Fog is unknown, but he has to have at least one. He has to. He at the very least has had access to at least one, because even if that is a Fog right there for his last card of the encounter deck, then he has one either here or Mob again. That's rough for Seward. So that's one of the unknowns. So Seward has shown a crucifix, a pistol. So now Mr. Green is testing to see if his last item is a heavenly host. And Seward does indeed have that heavenly host. Oh, it's a new vampire for the last one. But he has the escape route. Oh boy. That would have been very nasty if Seward had been killed. That would have been not only 4 points, but of all hunters, Seward going down, highly unpleasant. Yeah, but he has just an endless string of vampires going on. I wonder if Zurich there is the last aristocratic vamp, because we've seen literally every vampire except one aristocratic so far. I imagine that at some point one of these vampires is going to mature. Okay, so I would, if I were Mr. Green, I would clear some layers, because otherwise it'll be super obvious where he goes. He did indeed update his layers. He only kept the Frankfurt one, because Frankfurt is precisely where Van Helsing is sitting, and therefore he'd be stupid to leave that. Yeah, so not just the Cologne layer, but also the Paris layer that he just made. I'm good on Mr. Green to have remembered that. People in chat, where do you think Mr. Green is going to go from here? Because while things at least appear to be going well for Dracula, it could all turn to immense havoc for him. Like with a snap of your fingers. But so far Dracula is doing well. We are already into week 3. And the hunters haven't been able to touch him, nor have they yet really gotten... Oh, he did get... Oh, no forewarned. Okay, so he did go to Paris, and he put down a fog for some security. What if Zurich ends up being a hoax, and that gets to go off? Could very well be. Looks as if Mr. Green is considering going into a fight. But he has discarded that idea, which I think is correct. So, yeah, there's a lot of vampires on this trail. There's a new vampire rumored here at Strasbourg, but there's also Reckless at Vamp, the other new vampire at Geneva, And for all we know, an aristocratic here. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, where is Dracula gone now? From Paris, he cannot have gone to Geneva, but he could be at Brussels, Le Havre, or Nantes. Which one did he go to? One would assume that he went, well, he can't be at Nantes either, so Brussels or Le Havre. Okay, let me guess, the second fog? Yep. And he already fogged Gudong last time, so he knows that it's safe to do that. Evil presence, lol. And here's the interesting thing. There have been so many Dracomans gone through. That's 5, 8, 12... 8. There's only 7 Dracomans left in that deck, so they might actually. So the hunters might actually want to try a couple night supplies. Okay, apparently, MG has something to take care of. I would not ambush since she has planned ambush. This vampire is almost certainly going to die, but you might as well make her have to search at night, burn an extra action to do it. Personally, I might be consider just letting this one mature, on the hunter's perspective, because it would clear this new vampire. It would clear this new vampire that's rumored. He gets 4 points, yes, but that clears all of his active trail, and leaves you free to go after him. He has chosen to ambush. We're going to do planned ambush. Or no? Apparently we're going to try to go at it. It's just point blank. Strength into dodge. Okay. Okay. Next up, fangs into knife. Okay. So Mia got it even without planned ambush. Good for you. So as Drac, you almost certainly just jump into the channel here. Or is it at all possible that you could get away with doing feed and then wolf forming? I don't know. I have my doubts about that. Like wolf form to Bordeaux, Amsterdam. I have serious doubts about whether he could get away with that. Because we haven't seen either renewed vigor. There's still a good number of movement events out there. You haven't seen CG. And the hunters are beginning to run out of time. Because we are now... Okay, so he is choosing to feed. Can't say how much I like that. It is neat in theory, but you could have also hopped into the channel while no one can follow too easily, and then wolf formed, and the next turn wolf form slides off so you can wolf form to Swansea, lay down a few things in England, and then go to sea again. Okay. A little bit interesting that I went to Geneva and not that I went to Zurich and not Geneva. Because Geneva is where the next one is at. Yes, this is interesting. If Drac chooses to, he can... I suppose it's possible that what PizzaWizard is saying is that go ahead, mature in Geneva. You'll wipe your rumor token if you do. So go ahead, be my guest. However, this does give Mr. Green the option to slide this off, layer it, and then wolf form there. Does give him that option. And especially now that Seward is delayed, that becomes a much more viable option. That way he'll have a new vampire protecting him, as well as what other... Okay, apparently that's not going to be the case, but he would have had the new vampire along with 2 other encounters protecting him. However, yeah, the hunters would have known that there were no fogs left, so not the most attractive idea. So Friday week 3, 2 more days. Soon. It'll only take like 2-3 more game days before, or Mr. Green starts scoring points off of his moves. So. Surprising return. Trying to fetch Rufus Smith to do some work. Okay, however, of course, Dracula can simply wolf form onto Swansea, and in doing so, not take any damage yet from Rufus Smith. Or he could even try. Oh, discard 4 Dracula events. Wow, that means that there's only 3 left in the deck. 2 roadblocks, wild horses, and seduction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's actually only 2 Drac events left in that deck. So, nice playing is quite viable, quite a valid option. Now, I mean, obviously he'll be clear for 2 supplies. Clear to do it for a couple supplies, because of Mystic Research, but where are the last 2? So what does Dracula do? Does he accept some damage from Rufus Smith to try to get a better wolf form onto shore? Or does he instead just go into England and do it that way? Essentially. We are getting closer and closer to the finale of this. While Dracula doesn't have much influence, he still has quite a good amount of health. The event deck has only 2 Drac events left in it. Let's gamble, he says. Oh. Gambling like that? I don't know. After you've been yes. That's definitely a very interesting move. Renewed vigor. Okay. So where are the excellent weathers? Yeah, I would not make a gamble like landing like that when they've gone through over 50 cards of the event deck. That's gambling that they don't have CG, even though they've gone through 50 cards of the over 50 to be exact, 54 cards of the event deck. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. Okay. Although I will say that the fact that he is doing Renewed Vigor seems to imply that he doesn't have CG. Okay. I suppose that's going to be giving Gul'daming excellent weather. Okay, Gul'daming picking up an event. And going to see. Okay. Very interesting. No excellent weather. What's Mia showing right now? Still that planned ambush. Van Helsing supplying for his... Oh, there goes... Okay, there's only one Drac event left in those 19 cards. If he can locate it, then he'll be free to just Night Supply to his heart's content until he reshuffles the deck. Yes, definitely has been quite the interesting match, Terminator. It was bound to be, with it being PizzaWizard and Mistergreen facing off against each other. Okay, let me guess. Supply plus excellent weather? So that you... Okay. Okay, move and excellent weather. I'm not sure I completely like that. Because now Mia's... If she lands where Dracula is... Oh... Going for the Plymouth play, huh? That's interesting. I suppose I can understand Dracula's gamble that he doesn't have CG, considering the fact that Dracula still has 13 HP. So... Yeah, this quite possibly is CG Hotel. Yeah, we don't have any Heavenly Hosts in the Discord, but it's possible he just simply hasn't dug it out yet. Okay. Yeah, why did you have to make such a gamble like that, Mr. Green? Okay, so is he going to force him back out to sea? No, he is going to do CG Hotel. Yeah, why didn't you wolf from ashore, Screen? That was just an unnecessary risk. Lol, the old presence. That being said, since Dracula does have 13 HP, and it's not over. It's possible that he might be able to fight this out. Hired scouts, lol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20. Yeah. Yeah. The fact that it's possible that he might be able to just fight this out means that, well, means that he still has a chance. Especially since Mia has to fight this first one on her own. So he knows that Mina has a knife. Okay. And as such, he mesmerized her for that very reason. And since there's no Aggie up, he could, if he manages to hit her with a fang, then well, then he gets to heal back up to full. Claw. Okay, dealt a bit of damage. Would have been nice if that had been a fang, but oh well. So, the fact that they don't have the second renewed vigor, or if they do, they don't have the, I would assume that they didn't use it because they don't have the second excellent weather to go with it, or if they do, they don't have it in the right place. So to be able to take advantage of it. Yep, he gets to dig away. Oh, newspaper. Lol. They check in, but they don't check out. Well, this particular Dracula might. Because it's not impossible for him to fight this out. Yeah, I mean, it has planned damage, but that is the only... Bet you saved Lucy's revenge for now, eh, PizzaWizard? Yeah, they don't have Aggie, which would definitely be helpful. So he can still heal off of a fang hit. With so much in the item discard, he can figure out like almost exactly what they have. We know that they both have a knife, and I think we also know that at least Mina has a heavenly host. Claws. Okay, yeah. Making it that either way, if Mina wants to score a hit, she's going to have to take a lot of damage. So, yeah, he's sacrificing 3 health to get 4 damage on her. Which, I agree, not a bad idea. And well, unless Mia moves off, she's going to have to keep fighting. That being said, with how deep they've dug through the, in the item deck, it is not at all unlikely that they may have found great strength. In which case, what the hunter should now do is double Heavenly Host if they have that. I'm not sure if Gul'daming has a Heavenly Host. I do recall they passed on trying to clear a desecrated soil or two, so it's possible that he doesn't. But I mean, if you're a Dracula, you claw Mina and hope that they don't have great strength. So that will be another 4 points. Okay, plotting. Oh, okay, she escaped. What did Gul'daming do? He also escaped. Okay, so he actually could have, like, scored a fang hit. He could have scored a hit with fangs or claws there. Well, actually, that's not. Careful, Geo. You may be speaking too soon, because look carefully here. Uh, Lahav slides tonight, and there's yes, he'll have to Dark Hall, but then he can hide, feed after this slides off, and then he actually this CG hotel will not result so long as he can outfight them. He'll be fine. And if he does it correctly and does Dark Hall first, okay, which he, I mean, sure. You want more health for the fight, for especially the day fight. Fair enough. But but if he manages to stay alive long enough, he'll still get him. Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah, 2 HP is indeed death. So they only need to deal 5 damage. So in fact, if they have Heroic Leap, it's over. We have not yet seen that. And Van Helsing and Seward are still digging through that event deck. Claws into knife. Okay, we're at nighttime. That would be a kill, but it's not nighttime. I would have done strength. Strength is the same as claws in this regard. In this case. Okay. So now, in order to survive, he's gonna have to land a fang hit. Which, since they both play their knives, there is a reasonable chance of that. Mez, I have a feeling that's punch. Up, Henley hosts. That's the game. PizzaWizard takes the aim. Yeah, had he not taken that gamble and simply wolf formed to Swansea, very different ending. But well fought, well fought. Hosting in chat. Chat. You will play both. You will play both. Yeah, so the two players will be in for a post game chat after the after they post their finish their post game forms. I see I have quite a few people in the audience. If feel free to say hi and post any questions you have for the two of them in chat. Hello, PizzaWizard.
Hello.
Welcome in. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Thank you. That game was I was a little bit tilted. I was a little bit tilted at the beginning of that game. I think that maybe playing them back to back was not a good idea because I had some road rage at the beginning of that game. Nothing that either deck could do was good enough for me. It was really mean to them, but it's okay.
Yeah, LMG. Yeah, if only you'd had Wolf form to Swansea. If only it will. That would have changed quite a lot of that finale. I
I would have a trouble to get all the way if you had CG anyway, so but it better me didn't have an account.
That's like pretty much the same calculus I made when I decided to land in Ionian rather than like trying to go another C space. Because if I go Adriatic or Black, you know, you're just gonna see like if you have CG, you will just play it, and then I will be like I'd rather land a day earlier. Like similar lines of thing. I actually only got it like I think 2 days before you landed, so it was pretty. It was like when I was sitting there supplying around Le Havre while you were in your moat of mist.
Well, yeah, I think it was a mistake to feed before crossing, because due to the timing, Wolfram would have slid off just as you would have gone, and then you could. Not to mention a desecrated soil would have been maturing at around the right time. So I think that could have been done better, but if,
When I was still planning to go to 3 more seasons. Which made my mind.
The surprising return that I drew just in time to get Rufus back, I was happy about that one.
Well, yeah, that might have flipped.
well,
I don't know what the first week of the game looked like to you, Mistergreen, but I was telling those things. I was so mad. Like I lost the last game. Spoiler, sorry. And you know I was like I really need to win this one. And I was going into it, and I was kind of tilted from game one, and then game two.
yeah.
I could not find the white ones. I don't know if it was evident to you how hard of a time I had. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday week 2 that I found the third white one. I had been supplying for it, ticketing for it for so long, and I was so mad about it.
Yeah, that was quite obvious to me that you were struggling for that due to the lack of horse rolls. Especially since you'd been through the entire item deck like 1.5 times by then.
Seward somehow managed to get 3 dogs with the first 3 supplies. That was pretty cool.
That is rather amusing. Well,
I was not happy with my variants, but then, you know, eventually we got there. I was so worried you had put a hoax down in, like, Frankfurt, or when I was like, there's definitely a hoax somewhere in here. I've drawn, like, 10 of the Dracula events in the top 20 cards.
yeah.
And there's gonna be a hoax.
Yeah, and in point of fact, I'm not sure if you noticed, but there was actually only one Drac event left at the end of the game.
Yeah, I was watching it. I was like, the odds are pretty good, but I already have both Green Vigors in the CG. Like, what am I supplying? I guess the heroically would have been nice to like take away those
Yeah.
to give Mr. Green no chance, but I was like, I'm not gonna give him the small chance that he draws something to change.
Yeah, imagine if it had been Devilish Power.
Yeah.
That would have been nasty to say the least. But in any event, thank you guys for the games, and I'm sure that everyone who has and will watch them in time has also enjoyed it. And thank you to everyone for watching. And now let's find us a channel to raid, shall we? Catch you all next time. Let me. You know what? Let's. Since League of Legends is something that PizzaWizard like to play, I'll hand you off to a random League player. Yeah, Fury of Dracula is not something that people are. Fury of Dracula is not something that people tend to play, so we'll do it this way. In any event, thanks for watching, folks, and see y'all next time. Bye.
I do want to say Mistergreen. I do think one of those games is really well played. Just like